What is up, brethren and sisters? Um, so let's like begin. We are live officially, I believe, and let's actually wait for people to come and chat. What is up, brethren? Shit and sisters. Um, so let's like begin.
What is the issue?
We are
I
live
thought I muted
officially, I
this.
believe, and let's actually wait for people to come and chat.
I think I know.
What is up, brethren? Shit. Okay. I had the live stream playing on another tab, which was my mistake. My bad, people. So for those of you that are still here, those of you that I haven't bored out of their minds, please. Okay. So people still haven't started. Oh, Bhagat is here. Hello, Bhagat. So I'm just quickly gonna do an Instagram live. Sorry, Instagram story, just to let people know. What is up, people? Wait. Can't believe I'm redoing the story in the middle of the. What is up, people? I am live on YouTube. You can check me out. Come on right now and say hi. So, yeah, link is in the bio. Bye. And yes, we are done. We are ready. Let's begin. So when I uploaded my Aryabhata video, which you can find a link in the description, let me know if you have any trouble. By the way, I hope I'm perfectly audible and. I'll respond to the chat in a second, but I hope I'm perfectly audible and y'all can see me perfectly well. I hope everything is fine in the stream. I want to make sure of that before we begin. Uh, Dude, LDS is someone I know. His name is Laren. He's just spamming random shit, dude. He's just trolling in the chat. Don't mind him. He's a friendly dude. I know him. So, yeah, let's begin. So, what did Aryabhata do? Now, the main Aryabhata video, I've already done a video. You can find a link in the description. I'm in that video. I briefly covered every single thing that Aryabhata did, but I couldn't go into an in-depth, a detailed explanation of his number system, which is what this live stream is for. I asked in that video if you guys want to see that live stream, and many of you requested that, and this is that live stream. Hello everyone in the chat. So let's begin. I'm gonna switch to this display, and here I'm gonna. Yeah, let's begin this stuff. Okay, so now Aryabhata, I'd mentioned in my main video that Aryabhata's number system was a place value system. I'm gonna explain exactly how his number system works with the help mainly of his. Why isn't this? Yeah, with the help of this verse, in which he explains the sine of various angles from 0 to 90 degrees. He explains everything in this verse. And for those of you that know Hindi and Sanskrit, these don't really seem like words, right? Like maki, burki, perki. That's because they're not words. They cannot be translated. They're actually numbers in Aryabhata's number system. So I'm going to explain how we decode them. First, I know this is a badly made PowerPoint. I'm sorry about that. I only have. This is all I could whip up in the time I had, but I don't claim to be an expert in PowerPoint anyway. So these are the Sanskrit letters. First, can we have Sanskrit OP in the chat? Because this is a beautiful alphabet system. Unlike, say, languages like English, where you have random alphabets, I don't understand the order of A, B, C. Like they just seem very random to me. But in Sanskrit, the alphabet system is very well organized. You have the swaras or the vowels, which are these everything all the way up to aha, or the visarga. Let's come to that in a second. And then we have the consonants or the vyanjanas, and even in the vyanjanas there is further categorization. There is ka, kha, ga, ga, nga, which are the guttural sounds, and we have the palatal cha, cha, ja, ja, nya, and all the way to the labial sounds, all the way up to ma. Now these are called the Vargya Vyanjanas. Varga, the word Varga means type. They're of the same type. So each type is guttural, palatal, cerebral, dental, and labial. So they're very well classified. And these words are actually just the parts of the mouth that you use to pronounce it. So guttural is like the back of the mouth. Palatal means the top of the mouth, so you can see how the pronunciation comes. Labial means using the lips, and we have more consonants. We have more vyanjanas, which are ya, ra, la, va, all the way up to ksha and nya. That's sometimes pronounced kya in Hindi. So these are not really grouped in any of the 5 categories, so they're known as the avargya vyanjanas, the ones that don't have a varga or a type. Any questions so far? I don't see any questions, so I'm gonna go on. So what's next? So Aryabhata used these letters to represent his numbers, and this is how. He used the vargya consonants, the vargya vyanjanas to represent numbers all the way from 1 to 25. Yeah, 1 to 25. So that's just an increasing order. You can see the numbers written out over here. And then after the vargyas, you have the avargyas, and he used those letters here to ha to represent 30, 40, 50, all the way up to 100. Now the vowels are the place multipliers in his system. So you have the you're not using a. After a, you're not using a, which is a vowel we have. That we are directly going to e, then u, all the way up to au, and they are place multipliers of 100, 10 power 4, 10 power 6. They're all powers of 100, not powers of 10. They're not powers of, they're all powers of 100. And the reason they're not powers of 10, they're powers of 100, is because we already have numbers all the way up to 100 represented by just the vyanjanas. So if we just add a swara with the vyanjana, you get the number value in, multiplied with its place. Now, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the place value system, I'm sure every single person is, but I'm just going to say it briefly, just in case. The place value system, so this number 245, what I've written, is in the decimal place value system. So the position of each digit is what determines its place. So you just multiply by power of 10, which is represented by that place. So you have ones. 1 is a power of 10, 10 power 0, tens, hundreds. I discovered a mistake in this image I just downloaded. Where are the thousands? Okay, so thousands should come before the millions. This image is very bad. I did not figure that out when I made this PPT. My mistake. But ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, that's how it goes. And then you have the millions, billions, and trillions, and so on. So now that you understand what Aryabhata's place value system is, let's start decoding this verse. Let's go word by word and decode this verse. The first word is makhi. Let's decode that. So what is makhi? Makhi is ma plus ki, which is so what is ma? Let's go to the place value system. You see ma right here. Ma means 25 and the vowel there is 1. So ma means 25 times 1, which is 25. Ki is, let's go back to that figure. Ka is 2 multiplied by e, which is 100. So 2 times 100. 2 times 100, that's how you get 200. So ma ki means add them, you get 225. Everyone with me so far? Say something in the chat, please. I'll wait till I shouldn't wait. Let's go to the next word in the verse, which was Burki. The second word is Burki. So let's go to what that means. So I've done Maki. Let's go to Burki. Burki is Bur plus Ki. Bur is 24 in the system. You can go back to the letters in the encoding that I've shown you in the video. Bum is 24. So 24 times 1. Since 1 is the vowel, A is the vowel. That's a multiplier of 1. You get 24. Ki, again, just like the previous word that I showed you, ki means 2 times 100, that's 200. So Baki means 224. Okay, so we have Ma ki, which means 225, and Ba ki, which means 224. So hold that in your mind, that's how you decode them. But let's go back for a second to that sine verse. So you know the first two words and you use the same system and you can start decoding every single word here until you reach pta, fa and cha. That's after cha he's written kalar the jaha. What does that mean? That's clearly a word which means something. What does that mean? So here we have how Aryabhata. Before I go here, I'm gonna pause for a second, answer any questions you have in chat so far. I'm just gonna wait for a second. Any questions? If there are no questions, I'm assuming I'm perfectly clear so far. Oh, by the way, I wanted to start a stopwatch. How long is this stream so far? It's already 13 minutes. Damn it. I wanted this stream to be shorter. See? I just keep on talking forever if I don't have a time limit. By the way, I don't see any messages in chat. So I'm assuming I'm perfectly clear so far. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the sign words and sign verse and what this word kalar jaha means. Let's go to the way sign was represented by Aryabhata. So he used a circle, he used this angle theta for which you have sine theta. Sine theta is BD by BA for anyone that's unfamiliar with trigonometry, which I'm sure everyone is familiar. BD by DA. Now BD is our sine theta. How does kalar the jaha, the word mean this? So he used this figure and this is the shape of a stretched bow, sort of, right? So this here is the bow or the chapa or the danusha or whatever you prefer to call it, and this is the bowstring. In other words, the ja. Okay, the bowstring is what Aryabhata called the ja, and Ardha ja or half the ja. The word Ardha in Sanskrit means half. I don't see any questions in chat still. Are people still here? Am I just talking to the air? Okay, anyway, Ardha is the Sanskrit word for half. So Ardha ja means half the bowstring. and half the bowstring is clearly the line BD, and BD by BA is sine theta, right? So let's yeah let's so sine theta is simply BD by BA, right? Or AB, yeah, that's for a second I thought I'd made a mistake. Okay, but if AB, if the length of the radius of the circle is 1, or if it's a unit circle, then sine theta is simply BD, right? Right? Or the ardhya, right? Thanks, man. Vinay says keep talking. So, and sine theta is BD and cos theta is simply AD, right? Any questions so far? I'm hoping there are no questions. I'm gonna go ahead. So that's what this word means. He's talking about the signs or the ardhyaha in this verse. Now I've still not explained how the numbers mean the sign values. So for that we need to do some quick math. 2 plus 2 is 4 minus 1, that's 3. Quick math. Said a famous philosopher once. If you know who that famous philosopher is, put that in the chat. So I'm going to talk about some basic trigonometry here. So for a circle, the circumference is 2 pi r, right? And if that r is 1, then the circumference is simply 2 pi, right? So if 2 pi meters is the circumference of a circle of radius 1 meter, I hope that's completely clear, right? Now, that's where we have the concept of radians, right? Because 2 pi radians is what corresponds to 360 degrees. 360 degrees means turning around in a full circle. The angle itself is a full circle, and that corresponds to 2 pi radians. In other words, 1 radian corresponds to 360 by 2 pi, or 1 radian is 57 degrees and 18 minutes. And minute is a division of a degree. 60 minutes make a degree, and 60 seconds make a minute. So I'm using minutes over here. So in other words, 2 pi, I meant to write 2 pi radian. If 2 pi radians means 2 meters, then 1 radian means 1 meter. That's clear. So 1 radian of arc length, or an arc length corresponding to 1 radian, that arc has a length of 1 meter. That is the concept of radian. And in other words, that 1 radian is 57 degrees, right? 57 degrees in 18 minutes, or 3,438 minutes. I've just converted the degrees into minutes by multiplying 1 degree equals 60 minutes. So you get 3438 minutes. So an angle of 3438 minutes corresponds to an arc length of 1 meter, right? So let's that's what I've written here. If theta is 3438 minutes, then BE is 1 meter, right? So the length of BE will be 1 meter. Now, in a unit circle, if this radius itself is 1, in a unit circle, if this radius itself is 1, then BE will be BE will be, you can say that BE itself is 1 times 3438, which itself is 3438. So, and BE is 1 meter. Yep, Big Shack. You got it, Vinay. So, BE itself is 1 meter. So, 3438 minutes corresponds to 1 meter. So that's why that's why the title of the slide is straight line lengths in minutes of arc. You can say that 1 meter corresponds to 3438 minutes of arc. Now we can go to Aryabhata's verse. So I've just put this slide for a reference here. And these are the sign values that Aryabhata has written. he has written 225, which is Marquis, if you remember what I decoded earlier. If BE is equal to 225 degrees, he said that BD is also equal to 225 degrees. And so that means if this angle is very small, okay, 225 minutes is a very small angle. So if you have a very small angle of 225 minutes, giving us BE equals to 225, then BD is also equal to 225. Now they're not exactly equal. We know the actual modern values, but it's almost equal. It's an approximation. He said that if you add another 225 to BE, then you only have to add 224 to BD. So the sine of an angle corresponding to BE equals 225 plus 225 is sine theta equals 225 plus 224. How cool is that? Now, if you, sorry, that's why I kept this slide here. You can see that Marquis is the first word, which we decoded as 225, and then we have Berkey, which we decoded as 224, and then we have Furkey. Let's decode fur. Fur is 22. So if you multiply K with E, you get 2 into 100. So if you add that, you get 222, and 222 is how much the sine increases when you increase the arc by 225. So I'll give you a simplification. For every increment of 225 in the arc, the sine increases by the numbers that he gave in this verse. That's what Aryabhata has said. So every word here is the number the sine increases by every time the arc increases by 225 minutes. Is that clear? I hope it is. So let's go to the next step. When you increase the arc by another 225, the sine increases by 219. Let's go to the verse. So that's what the key means. The is 19, so that's 219. And every word means the value that the sine increases by every time the arc increases by 225 minutes. So I'm gonna leave this slide here for a second and answer some questions. Do you want me to leave this slide, or do you want me to leave a previous slide? Anyway, I think I'm gonna leave this slide. So put everything together. So if you write this whole verse in a tabular form in this manner, the way I explained right now, you'll get this table. That's what this table is for. Oh, okay, there's a question. Yeah, of course I'll be uploading the live stream. I've not fucked up so far, which means I will be uploading the live stream, which means I will be saving the live stream. If I fuck up, you're out of luck, bro. I'm gonna delete this live stream. Let's hope for your sake I don't fuck up. Anyway, so any questions that you have right now? I hope this is perfectly visible. Should I increase the size of this image? Wait, I'm gonna increase the size of this image just so it's more visible. How do you do a slideshow from exactly that slide? Yes. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna leave this table here and wait for some questions. So these are the words in his verse. If you decode them the way I explained, you get these values of Jia, which is the sine values, and if you multiply that by 3438, you get the length of the arc itself, and these are the modern values. These are the values that we now have from our trigonometry, from the actual infinite series value of sines. So you can check that out, and you can see how perfectly accurate he was. He made extremely small errors when giving us these values. So you can see that 90 degrees corresponds to a sine value of 3438, which I explained is a value of 1 meter. So in a unit circle, if the angle theta is uh, if the angle theta is 90 degrees, if the angle theta is 90 degrees, that's this much, then the sine theta BD will fall on BA, which is a length of the radius, which is 1, and 3438 I already explained is 1 in our measurement. So any questions? Yeah, Aryabhata was freaking incredible. I don't have words for this. Anyway, since you guys asked where I got this info, it's from this book. It's called I hope it's perfectly visible. It's called Indian Mathematics and Astronomy by Dr. Balchandra Rao. You can check out the book. There is no online version of this book. I've checked already. You have to buy a physical version. But he has gone to great lengths to decode everything in the book, and he has explained everything in the book. If you guys are interested in checking it out, so any more? Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead, and I'm sure I've gone a little too fast in many parts of the video. So you'll definitely wanna watch this. You might wanna pause this in places, and you might wanna replay some parts to see my explanation properly. But basically, this was it. Aryabhata explained his sine values using this number system. So I've explained his number system and his sine table. Now, using the same number system, Aryabhata has also represented other numbers in other parts of Aryabhatiya, and this is just one example. So he's explained the revolution periods of planets, of different planets. These are not correct values, but uh, he made mistakes when he stated these, and I've touched upon mistakes that Aryabhata made in my main video, which if you want to watch the description, it's there's a link in the description. But here, don't know what happened. I hope I'm still live. Okay. So yeah. These are revolutions of planets that he represented using the same number system. For example, the word Kyugra, which if you decode using his number system, yeah, I have it somewhere here. So Kyugra is K, which is 2, and Ya, which is 30. So Q is 30 times U. U is 10 power 4, so that's 32 times 10 power 4. That's 32 times 10 power 4 plus Gr. Let's go to Gr. G means 4 and R means 10 power 6. So 4 times 10 power 6. You add that, and you get Qgr is 32 times 10 power 4 and plus 4 times 10 power 6, which is this number right here. So he used his number system to represent all of these numbers. Okay, how did we figure out the value of angles that Aryabhata wrote? That's a great question, dude. I don't have a perfect answer. Like, how are you asking how the research Dr. Balachandra Rao came to that conclusion? I'm not very sure. I don't have an answer to that question. You'll. I'm sorry, I don't have that answer. You'll have to ask Dr. Balachandra himself, I guess. But you can find him on Facebook. Just search his name, I guess. So yeah. Um, wait. What angles did he use? Okay. I think I can explain that. Okay. So let's go back to this figure. So 225 minutes of arc corresponds to a sine value of 225 minutes. So if theta was 225 minutes, then BD is a length corresponding to 225 minutes. That's how we know the angles and the sine value for those angles. So if the angle was 225 plus 225 minutes, the sine is a length corresponding to 225 plus 224. I hope this is clear. I hope I've answered your question. You can get a more detailed sign corresponding to each angle from this table. So these minute values have been decoded to sorry, not these minutes. Anyway, 225 minutes means 3 degrees 45 minutes. I think that's not there in this table. So 225 plus 225 is 7 degrees 30 minutes, plus 225 is 11 degrees 15 minutes. So you just keep increasing 225 minutes of arc and you go all the way up to 90 degrees. I hope I've answered your question. How long is this stream been? 31 minutes, god damn it. I don't want. Well, this is, see, I can actually go into every single thing that Aryabhata said. Oh, by the way, this is the end of the stream. So, yeah. Yeah. So, for every 225 minutes of increment in angle, you get those values of sine, which I showed you in this table. I'm wondering how much effort Aryabhata probably invested a lot of effort, bro. Like, he was an unrivaled genius because he figured he came to all these conclusions that he did. He did all of that without any previous exploration into these fields. Like, we are all standing on the shoulders of giants that came before us. Newton said that. And Aryabhata was that giant himself. Yeah. Please share the stream. I can see there are only six live watchers. Still, I'm sure more people will watch when the stream goes offline. But the stream is quite long already. I'm gonna end the stream. If there are no more questions. But if there are questions, please go ahead and ask them in the comments. I'll be active in the comments to answer whatever I can answer, whatever my understanding is by reading this book. But I should probably also before ending, I should also say this. There is some genuine scientific achievements in India's past. Those are the things we should glorify. Those are the things that need highlighting. The issue is that a lot of people, India is a country with a rich past, and there's a lot of science in India's past. So a lot of people exploit this idea of ancient science to come up with ludicrous shit like Vaimanika Shastra, which is aviation technology from our past, Vedic maths, which I've already made a video on, and things like that. But there are some genuine scientific and mathematical achievements and astronomical achievements like this in our past, and those are the things we should glorify, not the fake stuff. I should end the stream now. So if there are no more questions, I'm gonna say goodbye and end the stream. I will switch to this. Oh, by the way, if you guys have noticed, I've changed the icon for the channel also. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you feel about that. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.